Hi folks, it's Dr. Rowe here. I hope you are well. I am just about to check something here and make sure that I've got this going here. I'll just double check something. Okay, so do you like the image, by the way? Let me try and move out the way. Oh my gosh. Actually, I need to literally move out the way, don't I? Let me come out the way for a second. Look at that. I just found that image and I thought that is so important to share with you. Now look, as I'm talking to you, I just finished a pretty long day. In fact, a long week. I've just come back from a mum who's not been well at all. She's been in hospital for 3 weeks, and we just had to see her because they've just let her out. It's been a tough week. Then on top of that, I had to get ready as soon as I got back on Wednesday. I had to then get ready for a presentation which I gave last night to about, I think, 7 or 8 people. I don't actually see a count, and that was an amazing group of people that are inspirational and wanted to make changes in their lives. And then I came off the back of that at 10 o'clock, and I was basically getting my head ready to present today, and I'm actually speaking for 3 days. So I'm kind of knackered, but at the same time, I have a commitment to get the message out to whoever's listening, whether it's 1 or 50 or 1,000 people, whatever. And today I want to talk about the word fear. And the reason I'm doing that is because I personally think we are faced with a situation right now where more and more people are afraid to act and to pursue their passion, to pursue their dreams. There is an intention and there's a surface feeling of I want it by looking at social media and going, oh yeah, that looks amazing, and almost being consumed by watching other people's lives and what they're doing. I don't know if this relates to you, if you can understand it, but it's like, let me just watch what they're doing on social media. And I'm seeing people literally trawl through and looking at posts and Instagram, and they're living their lives through watching other people's lives, and they're not doing it themselves. So I want to talk about what I believe is causing people to basically hold back. Now, I'm going to simplify this and talk about a 5 million year old survival mechanism that every single human being has in all of us. If you're the most powerful and courageous human being, or if you're somebody that's literally afraid to go outside your room, all of us have these three fundamental things built into our DNA, which is based on the years of our evolution. The first one is just to freeze, and that is something that's common in battlefields. We saw it a few years ago in the school where, if you remember, there was that horrible shooting and the children got shot down. Some children survive because they literally play dead. It is human nature to sometimes freeze in situations where we feel threatened. Now, if you scale that down to just daily experiences like going in front of an audience or being presented with an opportunity, a chance to change your life, a chance to do something different to your current circumstances, there is huge opportunities right now for you to do that. Whether it's going into real estate, investing in property, trading the stock market, writing a book, going to network marketing, selling products online, whatever your chosen field is that you want to go into, it all comes down to this. And the problem we've got is we just naturally, some people, go to that base level of just freezing. Freezing meaning I just don't want to look at it, I don't want to talk about it, I want to discuss it, I just want to hold back and just kind of put my head down. And I'm more afraid for people that don't do it. I think that's the key thing I want to get across here. So just think about this for a minute. Think about an opportunity or something you've looked at or something that's come across your path in the last 6, 12, 18 months, and you literally have gone, and you just not done anything. It's going to pass me by. Something else is going to pass me by. There is so much fear driven into people in the last 12 months. Fear from what we're hearing in the public space. Our governments making announcements, constantly putting information in our heads. Fear given to us by what we're reading in social media. Fear, statistical figures that have been presented to us that potentially skew our thinking to the point where a lot of people got no idea what to do. They are so confused. There is so much information. Do I do nothing? Do I try it? What do I do? And so people lock down and freeze. And what they do is they just wait. They freaking wait. And they wait and they wait for the time to be perfect. And that is not now. That's not you. If you're following me, it certainly shouldn't be you. Then there's people that want to just run away. They just disappear. They literally, when something comes in front of them that maybe stretches them, challenges them, or gives them an opportunity to make a change in their lives. Often we see this in couples. The divorce rates have gone up in this last year, people. Financial stresses on families, huge. Emotional stresses on families, huge. Homeschooling, pressures, particularly on the woman in the house. Statistics have actually proven this now. And couples under pressure and relationships breaking up. And what, people are going to go off and find suddenly a miraculous relationship with somebody else just because they've gone through a tough time. I'll go find somebody else. Tough time comes along. You're going to show up as the same person in that next relationship. It's a fact. I've been through and done enough interventions with couples to see this. So unless you deal with this shit now, it's going to carry forward into the next relationship. This whole concept of just ignoring and running away. I mean, I'm doing a property event this weekend. I'm sure there's going to be people watching. Couples, for example, where like she's really positive and he's like, oh, I don't know about this, and let's just go off and we'll come back in the future maybe and do it sometime in the future. No, you won't. If that's your habit, you're going to carry on doing that habit. You know, the shadow's there, the scary monster. I don't want to do this. I might have to put some work in. I might have to get disciplined. I might have to stretch myself. I might have to embarrass myself. I might have to push myself outside my comfort zone. I might have to do things that make me feel nervous. Well, guess what? Welcome to the world of growth. That's what growth is about. So that's the other thing that happens. People either freeze and do nothing, you know, hoping like it's going to disappear, or they run away from it. And then, of course, the other thing is you just take it head on. You fight it, and you fight it, and you fight it. You put the work necessary to overcome the challenges, to beat the challenges, to break through, to strengthen yourself, to resolve your internal and your emotional strength, and you do whatever it takes to grow. So this shadow is just that. It's just a shadow. It's nothing else. That comes down to emotional development, spiritual development, personal growth. People, I don't want to invest in myself. What? You know, in this last year, I spoke to somebody who's actually on TV. He's a specialist plastic surgeon. He said he's seen a massive spike in the number of people coming for plastic surgery, something to the extent of like 150 inquiries a month to 800 inquiries a month or something like that. What does that fucking tell us? He said people have got more money because they haven't gone travelling, and so they're trying to make themselves feel good, so they're going for plastic surgery. Work on the inside, folks. Work on this. Work on this. Invest in yourself. Buy books. Buy audios. You know, get coaching. Go to programs. Whatever it takes, but grow, grow, grow. Because only by expanding yourself will you grow beyond this bloody shadow that's there. Otherwise, you shrink down and you become the freezing thing that's there. Now, look, I want to share something else with you. See if I can get this to go back. So, all right. Let's go back to that and see if I can share this with you. All right. Is this making sense? Give me a wave if it is. Give me a heart or some sort of nod. There's only a few people watching right now, but I'm sure there'll be more to watch about it later on. Okay, so here's a few ways to deal with this. Number one, I asked the question, right, if you're not going to do anything, what is the opposite to that? What do you mean by that, Dr. Ray? Well, what's the opposite? If you do nothing, the opposite is your life's going to be exactly the same as it is right now. Do you want that? I don't know. Relationships having problems, face it. Financial situation, face it. Do what you, because otherwise it's going to continue. Einstein's definition of insanity is continuing the same thing. So have a look at it from the opposite perspective. I'm afraid to do it. Well, actually, my fear is I'm afraid that you don't do it because there's consequences. There are consequences to you not doing it. Health, relationships, finances, kids. Start to build a really dark picture that is so big that it blows this thing out of the water. What are the consequences if you don't do it? That's one thing. Second thing is just see it as it is. A lot of people blow up in their mind this thing they've got to do. I've got to do this. I've got to go and get this project. I'm going to invest money into this. I'm going to have to raise funds. I'm going to have to get out for time. I can't have to drive miles. But just see it as it is. Look at the situation you're in. Instead of getting afraid of it, just write it down black and white. Most people make it sound worse than it is. They magnify it. They make the shadow huge instead of just seeing it as it is. The minute you can see it as it is and you capture it on paper, 9 times out of 10, when you write down what you're fearing, you go, actually, when I look at it like that, it's nothing. What am I worried about? Okay, what do I need to do next? So, see it as it is. And the third thing here is motion. Do something. In NLP, they say break the pattern. In other words, if you had a pattern before of just like, or quietly disappearing out the room like this, change direction. Pick up the phone. Ask for help. If it's a relationship issue, reach out to somebody externally that can maybe come and help you, or reach out to your partner and say, we need to make a change. If it's a financial issue, Open up the bank statement, look at the very thing you've been afraid to look at, or get somebody in to help you with that. If it's dealing with stress and overload, get a coach, or take everything. Go watch some other videos I've done on this where anxiety, where I've let you break it down, you compartment, but do something. The biggest challenge is inactivity simply allows the fear to grow, fester, and it will continue on. So I know this is kind of a hard-hitting message, but hopefully it's a good one for a Friday night. So remember, don't do the whole freeze thing. It's over there, isn't it? There it is. Don't do the whole freeze thing. Don't do the running away thing. Let's take it on. How do we do that? Well, let's do the opposite. You know, I'm more afraid of not doing something. Good point. What's the consequences? See it as it is, black and white. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. You're going to get to help me. Let me take some action to break through. But I have to initiate some kind of momentum. I don't start. You cannot steer a vehicle if it's static. It has to be moving so you can start to put it in the direction. If your life is static and you're frozen because of fear, even me, and I can do a lot of work with people, I can literally take somebody from the edge of death, suicide mentally, and bring them back from the edge and help them shift. But I can't do that if I don't get them talking, if I don't get them engaging, if I don't get them moving in the conversation, then I can re-steer them. So we have to take action, we have to move in order to steer the vehicle. And whatever it is for you, I don't know what it is for your circumstances, but do something about it. And also, you know what I've learned in life is that when you invest, people say, well, like we've got courses this week and people are going to be investing in someone else, right? Some people are going to be resisting that. But when you make a decision that involves money and commitment, and it's a big decision, it creates big results. But when you take tiny little decisions that don't really involve a lot of commitment, yeah, you know what, if I don't do it, it doesn't make a lot of difference to my life, does it? But the minute you fucking do something that involves, shit, we've got to pay for this now, we've got to put our money where our mouth is, we're going to have to actually physically make a commitment here. Yeah, you know what, but if we do it, honey, let's make it happen. That changes your life. So just choose whatever it is for you that's going to create some motion and going to get a rocket up your butt. That's it. That's my kind of slightly high volume conversation tonight. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to sign off and get myself ready for tomorrow. Box Road signing out.